Hey, what's going on everyone? Stockton here from Better Than Data, and in this video we're going to be going through kind of a live experiment of moving the BigQuery GA4 export across different data locations. So right now for our Better Than Data GA4 export, it is stored in location Y, and we actually want that data to be stored in location X. And the reason data needs to be stored in different locations could be for legal reasons, so maybe you can't store data in the US and you have to store it in Europe somewhere, or because you have other data sets in that location. So remember, in BigQuery, you can't query across locations. So if you want to combine tables, they all have to be in the same location. And that's kind of what we want to do. So we're going to be moving a GA4 export table that is already set up. We're going to try and maintain all of the existing data into the new one and try and fix this up. Now, as always, we are from Better Than Data, where we teach agencies and freelancers how to set up measurement systems that give clients insights. If you're interested in that and you are actually looking for maybe conversion tracking, you can come to this form right here and get everything you need set up for conversion tracking in minutes. We provide pre-built templates and the data layers and everything you need to get that done for you or your clients super fast and easy. There's nothing like it out there. So have at it. Okay, so let's dive right in. So what we're going to do, let's take a look at the issue here. So if we're in GA4 admin, we go and we look at the current link that is set up. We can see that the location is in US Central 1. Now we actually want to move this to just be US. Okay, so I don't want it in US Central 1, I just want it in US. So we can query across our other data sets that we have that are in US. And if we come and look at the actual table as well, so inside of BigQuery, let's go BigQuery. Let's just go to this table. Here is the export. And if I look at this analytics export table, we can see that the data location is in US 1. So this is something we're going to use to copy the source data over to our new data set. So let's kind of begin. If we look at this setting right here, it says if your cloud project already contains an export data set, then you cannot change the setting, right? So in order to do it, we have to stop the export and then start it again. We have to delete the existing BigQuery export link and create a new one. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and delete this. So we're going to hit delete. Now let's come back to link. So choose a project I manage. I know it's this guy here, so we can verify that. So project ID ends in LKM. If we come here, we can see that our project here ends in LKM as well. So that's the right one. So we'll confirm this. Now for data locations, it's telling us US Central 1. Now this was what I was expecting. Actually, to make this work, in order to change the location, we have to create a new project. So I'm going to come up here into this. We're in our organization for Better Than Data, but we're going to create a new project. So I'm going to name this one GA4 Data, something like that. And it may want me to do underscore. So I'll do, how about that? In this organization, so we'll go ahead and create. Okay, hyphen instead of underscore. Creating our project for GA4 data. Okay, now that we're in that project, let's select it. And we are going to need to know what the ID is for this. So to find that ID, I'm going to go back to our dashboard here. And this is where we should be able to see the project ID. So it's GA4-data-some number. So in this group here, we're going to go link, choose the project, and then find our GA4-data one. I don't see it, so let's actually refresh the page here. Maybe it just needs the old off and on. Now we'll go link, choose the project, and here it is. So I picked it up. So GA4 data, confirm. Now we should be able to choose the location. So not US Central 1 or anything like that. I actually just want US, so United States right there. So we'll hit next. Daily and streaming tables is what we want, so we'll hit next. And then we will submit. So we're now relinking from the beginning. We're relinking analytics to the new project in the new location. So now what we want to do is we want to get historical data. So we're going to come back to the old project. So we're going to go like this, come back to this one, which was LKM. We're going to find the table. So go to BigQuery, SQL. Here's our data set. Okay, so to move the data set from the old project to the new project, we need to make the data set in the new project first. So we're going to go to the new project here, and we're going to choose the project here, and then we're going to make sure you create this data set here. So analytics underscore, and then it's going to be your property ID in GA4. So I just created this, but you would need to go in and you would hit create data set, and then the data set ID is always going to be analytics underscore and then your property ID. You can find your property ID on the GA4 admin, go to property settings, and then it's this guy right over here. So this is your property ID. So in the new one, you need to create this data set. So analytics underscore, and I'd copy this, paste it in. Then choose your region. So I wanted everything to be in US. So everything will now be in US for this. And then no table expiration, and we would hit create data set. So that's where we're at. Now we would have this data set. We can see that the data location is in the US. And now we go back to the old data set. So we'll come back to the old one. We're going to go to the analytics data set here. So you can see it matches analytics underscore property ID. This is the old one, so it's in the old location. But now what we want to do is copy, and we want to search here for our new one. So it's called analytics underscore 35 whatever. And this one is in the right project of GA4 data. So we're going to copy this over. Now it's going to say we need to enable the data transfer API. So that's easy. We'll just click the button. Let it load. And there we go. So we're going to take this entire data set and move it to the other table in the US location, which is exactly what we want, and we will hit copy. Okay, got to sign in again for the data transfer service. Okay, and that is now going to be scheduled through the data transfer service. So depending on how much data you have, that could take a minute, but we'll come back and check for this and see if all of the existing data was copied over to the right data set. All right, about 10 minutes later, this is actually now complete. We can see that in the new project, it had the data transfer load happening. The transfer happened and it's giving us the question mark. Now what we can do is actually go to the SQL workspace to confirm if all of the data is in those tables. So if we go to the analytics data set here, we have all of the tables. So we have our events tables, and we have the events intraday table that was copied from the old project. So better than data original project, let's go look. Under the analytics, there was 50 event tables here, one intraday, and that actually matches what we have in the other one. So that's it. We successfully did it. We have the analytics connected to the new linked data set. So we can confirm that again just by coming to BigQuery links. And if we click into this, it is now in the US location, which was everything we wanted to achieve here. So with very little downtime, because the stream was happening like as soon as we turned it off we switched it over, right? So we turned it off here and we immediately started streaming into the new table. At the same time, we copied from the old table to this table. Now we had to create a new project to do that, but then we were able to just copy the data set from one to the other after creating the data set in the new project. So there it is. Let me know if you have any questions.